Hello and good evening, everyone. This is Cody, your dear host. Welcome back to one more episode of QD Plus. Today I've got a special topic. Beta CAE Systems just released its version 17.1, and I think it's worth doing a video because the 17.1 has a lot of changes, which originally didn't make it into the 17. So I want to show you guys what's new because usually I think nobody else than me is reading this, what's new, whatever, and seeing it is, I think, much more intuitive. Now, I will be doing meta today only. There is also a huge change with ANSA, and I think it's worth giving it a known episode, maybe. Yeah, still thinking about it, but I tried out already the new features in meta, and I think I found a good example. So keep listening. Now, let's get into it. I will just show you, let's launch meta. I will show you what's actually new. One of the largest differences, oh, it popped up on the wrong window here. Watch this window and some people might already recognize a button which has not been there before. Let me just find the model which I want to show you. Oh, there it is. A model you can always show is the Silverado, like everyone knows it. A trillion billion people, I think, are using it. Also me. Now let's load some results, the displacement, and I don't know, the plastic strain, which somehow is still under stresses here. Under the category stresses we have plastic strain, and I know why, but still hope that they will do this somewhere else. I don't know. It still doesn't fit. So we have the Silverado, which just has a full frontal impact, and let me show you the first huge difference. Bam, in your face. What you actually see is a rendered results of our finite element results. And you're like, what? Rendering? Yes, rendering. They actually introduced rendering mode, and as you can see, the light reflections are much, much better. And I think the best use case is you see these bucklings much, much cleaner. Also, it's just watch it. All of these little buckling lines or whatever here in this area, it's just, I don't know, much cleaner. And just for God's sake, this is the contrary. And yeah, I think we don't have to talk that the visualization here is amazing. Now, for those who are asking themselves, yes, you can actually fringe also. Let's put this to 5%. You can fringe the results still on this render. So here once more the change. But I think it's not as strong as when you have the original results. And of course, when you want to do really nice pictures for your chief or whatever meetings, you can smooth it also on Node, and then you get a really nice rendering. I mean, it's really, 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 really cool. Note though that they have problems here. You see the element edges still at these very sharp edges, and I think they need to estimate the curvature of the surface somewhere, and they seem to fail here. But I think it's okay because these very sharp edges. It seems to be handling this one here, so should be quite fine for me. Oh yeah, and please don't do serious finite element analysis here when you go on Node, because I always wanted to show this. You see this two extreme elements. When you go on Node smoothing, it kind of gets smoothed away a little bit, and it might happen a few times. I saw it at some occasions where you had one very extreme element and it just disappears. And yeah, always remember that such strong gradients here might be an indication that something you should be careful or use a higher discretization usually, but here we cannot do it, of course, because cars are big and huge. Now, let's go back. I still have one more to show for you guys. here. So rendering is not everything. Like this looks already really nice, but it's still quite boring. So what they actually introduced are also rendering materials. So let me just show you. Let's use some glass. Yes, this is one of the visualization, whatever nerdy things which you try to compensate usually. And yeah, you really have this awesome glass feature, and I don't know. Let's make a red car. I don't know, we wanna be bossy with this Silverado here. I mean, who's driving around with this one wants to be seen. I think so, at least. I don't know. I would like. So here we go. And oh yeah, we made a glassy door. Very awesome. Maybe never. So see this. What I really like is just watch the light reflection. You still have this light reflection, but you also have this diffusion of the light because yeah, you can control it. So really cool. As you can see here, so very nice pictures. I think this will impact quite a lot when people try to show off their models. Now there's still something really cool you could do with rendering, and yeah, when I saw the feature, I thought of a model a friend of mine gave me a long time ago during university. Let me just find it. And yeah, it actually, when I saw this rendering, I thought this would be the perfect model for it, because I always wanted to render her. I think it's Marilyn Monroe. I'm not sure, and I spent maybe half an hour the last night just, I don't know, choosing the right color to the right shoes. And by the way, I'm really sorry, women out there. I do not have any male model, and I really tried to search one just to compensate this female part here. But honestly, I didn't find anything in 20 minutes, and then I gave up. So I just found a ton of women models there. So really sorry. If you ever find one, send me, and I will do an extra episode. Now, despite this, for all women out there, is it okay if she wears this red dress and these shoes? I'm not really sure. I was very careful, and I hope I didn't mess it up all the time. But just watch the skin here. I made it a little bit glossy, but also really detailed, and the rendering of the dress really makes a huge difference there. So I think this was oh yeah, and of course, would you like to date her rendered or unrendered? I don't know. I think there is there here you can see the huge difference, I think, because it's really like day and night. Like yeah, she's very nice, beautiful, and you would, I don't know, she looks cranky somehow and edgy, and yeah, okay, cool. So let's let this aside and get to the more serious stuff. Now I've got another feature for you, but still, once again, I have to search the file, and here it is. So this is the official Schumacher plate. I called it after my professor because he hands out this model like to everyone of us all the time, and unfortunately he has a very difficult name for English speakers. Schumacher is German, so yeah, I try to distribute his name here. And here you can see what actually happened is you hold the plate here on the left end, and the ball is hitting upwards, and it's quite unstable, and I'm using it for my PhD robustness analysis actually. Now I want to show you a really nice feature, which is for visualization of vector fields. So what you see here is the vector field of principal stress. Okay, major principal stress. Let me just make them larger. So here you can see all of these little arrows which indicate the major principal stress. And one of the problems you usually have here is oh yeah, it's not making it any better. you want to see structures here like vortexes and isolated regions, or you want to see how the force is actually flowing through this part. It's similar to, you can also use the method I'm showing you now right now for CFD, but unfortunately I don't have any CFD model currently on my laptop, so I have to do it with structural. But I think this is really cool because like CFD and the velocity field and streamlines is kind of like very similar to, I would say, force flow, and the force flow is quite important, especially in very static analysis. Now, watch this. It's hard to grasp what's going on here in the force flow field, something here and here and here, but they introduced something called line integral convolution, and by the way, there's no button for it. You have to type in here LIC in the search bar, and then you have to toggle LIC enable all, and it will use the current vector results. Now, what you see here is an LIC image, and it's like if you very similar if you drop metal cuttings onto a plate and you do a magnetic field, and the metal cutting is orienting along the magnetic field. This is the same, just for arbitrary vector results. Here it is major principal stress. Now this is not the best example because it's dynamic, and dynamic actually means that yeah, the force flow is shifting a lot usually. Okay, so I hope this is getting quite right here. The force flow here, the really cool thing is you can immediately see much better what's going on. You see vortexes, you see shifts, but also you can see a very clear flow of force maybe. So I really like this new feature because this is like, I like it more than streamlines because it's clearer. Let's say it like this. But you have, remember, you have no intensity here. So if it's wider or smaller, it doesn't correlate at all. So be careful when you think, oh yeah, there is a lot going on. There's no intensity on this field. I think, yeah, really cool feature. Also wanted to show you this one here. There is still a lot of change in meta. They changed a little bit the screenshot settings here, but I think everyone will figure out that on his own. And also they changed some stuff with NVH, which should be worth looking into if you're into NVH. But honestly, I have no clue about NVH, so I have no chance at showing you, because you should never talk about something you have no clue about, and I'm very honest here. So that's all. I want to wish you a nice evening, and yeah, see you next time.